Hey makers, this is Dhruveen and welcome to Power Apps Model Driven App Step by Step series. You are watching 6th episode of this series, and in this session I am going to talk about how we can customize forms in Model Driven App. One more important announcement. I launched my own Instagram page where I am uploading different short tips and tricks related Power Platform. So if you wanted to be a part of my Instagram family, do follow me on Instagram. The Instagram ID is available here or maybe in the description box. So do check it out. Also, as you are watching the 6th episode of this series, and if you wanted to move through my earlier sessions as well as my upcoming sessions, the full playlist link is available in the description box. In future as well, if I prepare some advanced video related model driven apps, I will always post the latest link in the description box. So check the description box for more information and always latest information. So without wasting much time, let's get started with our form design in Dataverse tables. But before that, here is an intro. Here I am on my machine, and in this session I am going to customize the forms into model driven app. So let's get started. This is the employee onboarding process solution that we have created in our earlier sessions. In our earlier video we have discussed about how we can customize the view. Now how about the form? So let's get started. First of all, let me open up my designation table. Over here, let's say for an example, when you go to the data section and when you click on add record, what happened here is it is opening this form and it only has one field designation name. It doesn't show me the other fields. So how we can customize our form with the additional fields? Let's see that. Just go to the form section. And over here you are able to see the main form. Let's click on that. Once you open that, you are able to see this type of interface for you. This is the modern user interface which is used to customize this form. Now let me walk through with the overall screen over here. So over here you can see this navigation pane where you are able to see different component, table columns that you have created with this particular table, tree view in header, general and footer section, form libraries. If you wanted to add any custom libraries, you can add that over here. Now this is something which is showing the form field. If you wanted to add any form field over here, any component you want to add. So over here there is an option form setting. From here you can provide specific security role to your form. You can define the form order for your Dataverse table. You can apply the fallback form and form access checker. The four options are available here. So let's just provide the access of the form everyone at this moment. Then if you are already familiar with this form customization and you wanted to go to the classic mode, you can click on switch to classic and you are good to go there. Here you have different form properties and these are the different event. And let's say if you wanted to add any JavaScript library over here, you can simply add it over here. So let's not focus on that part. Let's just consider the out of the box property and we are good to go. Now let's click on our form canvas and let's go to the tree view. So in tree view, this is the general section where we do have the designation name at this moment. Let's just move the owner on the header part. So I just dragged here and just move it on the top. So owner property is looking like this one, right? Now in the middle section I wanted to add some field. So with designation basically I just wanted to add minimum experience as well as description. So just filter by custom and let's add the description and minimum experience and we are good to go. Let's save and publish our form. Let's go back. Let's go to the data tab and let's click on add record. And now you can see that in my form I am able to see these three different fields. So I can add the designation over here like Power BI developer. Add the description. So I am adding just this information and click on save and close. And the information is stored perfectly. Let's refresh the data and we are good to go. Now let me just open up any existing role and edit this record. And over here you can add the description and your minimum experience. Same way, let's update the information from project manager and software developers. I'm not doing it right away, but I will do it in the backend. So this is how you can simply customize your form. Now, this is how we designed our designation table. Now what about the employee onboarding table that we created? So let's go here into our solution and click on employee onboarding table. So I'm going here to the form tab. Now similar way, let's customize our employee onboarding main form. So let's click on employee onboarding. Just go to the forms and from here let's click on main form. This is open up the similar interface like designation table. We have header, general and footer section. Now let's add different fields over here and customize this form. If we check our Dataverse table schema, basically I just wanted to have this HR field into this form and I want to design that in such a manner that I have two sections on my page and I would have this basic information like onboarding details as well as interview information. So let's design the form in that manner. Select this section, go to the field pane, filter it by custom and let's add the fields. First of all, let me just move this owner field on the top. Then let's just add another fields like designation, employee type, date of birth, email and phone number, emergency contact detail. So I just added this field, right? And now let me just rename this tab as basic information, right? We are good here. Now let me add one more section. So I'm just going here to the component section and let me just add two column section over here. So I just added this section and now let's provide the name of the section, interview details. Right, and now let's add another fields over here into this section. Go to the field pane again, filter out by custom and let's add manager email, interview start date, interview end date, date of joining and number of leaves. Let's add that. That's fine. Now let's do one more thing. For that I will go to the component pane again and I will add subgrid. So let's add that. Designation, and active designation. So it is showing me the appropriate designation information over here into this view as well. Let's click on save. Similar way, you can add some other tabs as well for IT admin, for manager and for day one activity, right? So let's try to add them. I'm just clicking on one column tab and it has added this tab for me. Let's provide the tab name as IT admin task, and under this section let's add the field related IT admin. So I'm just adding the fields like is account created, is device setup, is VPN allocated, corporate email, and admin notes. Right, so this is one section that we created for IT admin. Let's add one more tab. Go to the component, add one column tab, and let's provide the tab name as manager. So manager is going to perform this task. So let's go here and add different fields. Business unit and project description, these are the two fields I want to add here, right? And let's just rename this section manager task, and at last add the last tab. Go to the component, add a column tab, and simply add a tab for day one employee activity, and go here and let's add the fields. Go to the table columns and add is information verified, is induction completed, is leave balance checked, and biometrics done. All of this information we are showing here, right? And now let's click on save. So we have created 4 tab form. So isn't that very easy? Like if you wanted to perform similar thing in Canvas app, how much effort you need to do, just think about that. But here it becomes so easy for you. So isn't that cool? So this is how we can simply configure our form in such a very easy manner. So now in my next session we will talk about some business rules. Like let's say for an example, if my employee type is full-time employee, then number of leaves should be 24, else number of leaves should be 12. This type of logic implementation we can do with the help of business rules. So we will check those things into my next sessions. Let's save and publish this form. Go back to the form and just click on data tab to taste the form. Click on add record, and this will open up this new tabbed form for you. Look, this is really cool and this is really amazing. So let's add some basic information that I just wanted to have: lead developer, full-time employee, date of birth, email, phone number, emergency contact detail, then manager email, interview start date, interview end date, and number of leaves. Let me just add manually at this moment 24, and let me just save this form. And you can see the date of joining is calculated automatically based on the logic that we have applied when we have created this data structure. So date of joining should be 30 days after interview end date. So it has added 30 days into this date, and this is something which I'm going and get the date of joining. Right now, let's say for an example, I completed my task, and in future what we will do is we will send an email notification that once the HR complete their task, it should send the next activity to the IT admin. Then IT admin can fill up their information, manager fill up their information, employee can fill up their information. So this is something that we can easily achieve with the help of this model driven app. Now in the next session, let's focus more on the business rule. Like let's say if we wanted to calculate something based on the specific field, we will apply some business rules on top of that. So stay tuned to my next session, and after that we will talk about this entire notification part and business process flow, that once the process is completed for one stage, the appropriate user will notify with the email, and after that they will just click on that and fill up the rest of the information. So we will continue this journey throughout this entire session series. So meantime, if you have any question, feel free to add your question in the comment section. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. I am uploading regular content on Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, Teams and SharePoint on my channel. So make sure that you hit subscribe to never miss any updates from my channel. If you are looking for any training and consultancy, here is the website. Click on that. It will redirecting you to this page. Go to the contact page and send me your query over there. If you are interested to follow me on all my social media handles, click on this link to URL. This will redirecting you to this page. Follow me on all my social media handles using this link. I would recommend everyone to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram to never miss any updates which I am updating over there. I recommend everyone to follow me on Instagram because this is the platform where I am uploading different short tips and tricks related Power Platform during the weekdays. So I am posting different posts, reels and IGTV. So do follow me on Instagram. The Instagram ID is very simple, which is Power Platform Guy. Just search for this Power Platform Guy into your Instagram search and you are good to follow me. If you are interested for different audio podcasts related Power Platform, this is the podcast channel. Click on that. Over here, you can listen your favorite Power Platform podcast on different podcast platform like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and much more. If you are interested for different short content related Power Platform, here is a dedicated channel called Digital Drovin. Subscribe that channel and show your love over there as well. With this is Drovin signing off. See you in the next session. Have a great day. Goodbye.